What the hell is going on with Caitlyn Clark? It's not just millions of fans of the Indiana Felines asking that question, or as the mainstream media prefers to call them, WNBA fans. Her formerly jealous colleagues in the WNBA who have suddenly turned a corner this season and become a little bit nicer to the roof from Waterloo. WNBA players, they are wondering the same thing. We need you, Caitlyn. We need the Great White Hope to return and save us. It's not hard to figure out why there's been less controversy between Caitlyn Clark and formerly jealous WNBA players this season. Feelings of jealousy have been replaced with desire. WNBA players have figured out they need Caitlyn Clark to secure money for themselves. But those plans are at risk because Caitlyn Clark can't stay on the damn court. Caitlyn Clark has played 13 of 26 games this season. Now, I'm no expert in math, but it appears that Caitlyn Clark has missed half the season. Luckily, it hasn't had too much of an impact on the WNBA yet. The Felines are still drawing good crowds. They just drew 19,000 yesterday in Chicago. Ratings for Indiana games have maintained well. Can't say the same for the rest of the WNBA, mainly because it has been incredibly difficult to find ratings for games not involving Indiana. I wonder why. As of right now, there is no timetable for Caitlyn Clark to return. According to ESPN, she might return on August 12th. Keyword, might. But that is a very generous prediction. It would not surprise me if Caitlyn Clark was out for the rest of the season. Any type of strain on the lower body especially is tricky. Strains can lead to ACL problems, or worse, they can lead to Achilles injuries. They have already rushed her back once, and she immediately re-aggravated the injury. So I would not be surprised if Caitlyn Clark missed the rest of the season. Question is, how will that impact WNBA players and their never-ending quest to be given money they haven't earned? Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. For years, I have been telling you guys that there was going to come a point when the sympathy money would expire and WNBA players would be expected to perform. As you guys know, this dump has been subsidized for decades by the NBA. NBA owners were getting frustrated when they were paying players pesos to pretend to play basketball. They're damn sure going to be frustrated if they're paying millions and the WNBA still can't draw flies to a fresh turd. Going into negotiations, WNBA players were 100% reliant on Caitlyn Clark. They needed her to elevate the rest of the league. They needed her to maintain mainstream interest. They needed Caitlyn Clark to elevate revenue so WNBA players could be paid what they claim they are owed. Of course, if WNBA players were paid what they were owed, they would be sent an invoice every 2 weeks instead of a paycheck. But since the WNBA operates as a charity, taking multi-million-dollar losses, it's considered to be acceptable. With Caitlyn Clark sidelined indefinitely, it's going to be up to WNBA players to maintain momentum through the rest of the season. Question is, can they do it? Outside of Fever Bravado yesterday, the rest of the WNBA struggled to sell tickets. The Dallas Wankers filled their community center to around 65% capacity. The Minnesota Linkers, supposedly the best team in the league, they couldn't fill their arena to half capacity. As you guys know, Uncle KC is not a fan of pretend basketball. But last year, I was actually interested in the WNBA. But like I told you guys last year, I didn't think they could maintain my interest long term because my interest was predicated on the drama. Without the controversy, I have minimal interest in pretend basketball. This year, there has been less controversy in the WNBA. To her credit, Caitlyn Clark has been able to maintain her drawing power, but the rest of the league has not. A couple of weeks ago, the female Suns from Connecticut and the Seattle Shitfucks drew 470,000 viewers. Most games without Caitlyn Clark drawing less than 1 million, which is fine. That's fine. Those are still good numbers for the WNBA, but are they good enough to demand $1 million salaries? I think one of the reasons Indiana has been able to maintain interest, there's been this hope that Caitlyn Clark would eventually return. Indiana has been secretive with the injury, which is not unusual, but in most cases, when a team isn't releasing positive news about an injury, it ain't good. If Caitlyn Clark misses the rest of the season, can Indiana maintain interest? Can WNBA players maintain mainstream interest? And if they can't, does this give the league all the leverage and negotiations for a new CBA? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the main channel.